So, which then brings me to the next aspect of longevity, which is really the way you learn, right? So, if I am a say middle manager today, where I have probably I'm in my 30s and 40s, uh, you are going to be somebody who should become an expert when you age, right? Therefore, your ability to learn becomes very important, and therefore, the way you learn also probably needs to change, right? Because so, how do you think people should approach it? Because that is becoming more critical. Because if I have to be relevant when I'm 50, I need to learn when I'm in my 30s and 40s, right? So, and I need the flexibility and adaptability to be ready in my 50s and the 60s to actually work. So, what should I do in the interim decade, or say 2 decades, that I should how should I prepare myself to learn?
Yeah, it's a very deep question, and I don't think I'm qualified to answer the question the right way, but let me tell you what I think. Okay, I think that the people who will adapt in this changing world are people who are inherently curious. And if you're the kind saying, tell me what to do, I'll do it, you have limited runway. Now, curiosity is very difficult to learn as you get older. So this is one of those things that has to start much sooner. So the advice I would give to my children, or rather my children of course don't listen to me, but to my friends' children would be is, what Tim Cook used to say, not Tim Cook, which Steve Jobs used to say is be curious. There's something about curiosity, and curiosity is of two kinds, and this is what we learned at Egon, is there is curiosity of the outside world and there's curiosity about the self. And so therefore curiosity means a mix of both. You have to know who you are and what are you good at and what you like and what not like and what gives you joy, what is your flow, all of that scientific stuff. But you also have to be curious of how the world is changing. Now, can it be learned? Yes, of course it can be. But so the first thing is you have to find joy in being curious, because so that's one piece. The second piece, and this is a very close friend of mine who now runs a very large AI company that he started at the age of 57, used to tell me. And I, in fact, he's one of the smartest people I know. So one of the questions I would always ask him is, what should I be teaching my kids? Right? Or what should my kids be learning so that they can adapt to this changing world? And he made a very profound statement to me, which has stuck. He said, teach the kids, what did he say? He says, they need to learn how to learn. That was his statement. Because in their lifetimes, they will have to unlearn and relearn many times. So that notion, and I think it links well with curiosity, this ability to continue learning and unlearning and learning again. Now, while that is on, I think you actually also talked about the expertise part. What we are finding in today's day and age is that the value of depth is way more than the value of general management. So in India, what happens at least is, or actually most part of the world, India especially, right? You ask anybody, what do they want? They want to be a manager, right? You want to be CEO. And right now we're seeing it on our platform. If you are damn good, like the other day we got a call, can you help us find a supercritical boiler expert? And we'll pay whatever we have to pay. And we're like, he says, yeah, because everybody's become general manager. Nobody knows the engineering and the science and the subject. So which is, by the way, a country level problem in many countries, whereas there's some countries like in Europe which are much more deeper in a subject. So I actually think, and my view therefore is, I'm not saying I look at myself and the whole story I told you about going to business school and learning many things. I think that's the curiosity part, but you have to get deeper. And for me, the example is the 15 years of doing the same thing over and over again and getting good at it is what gives me the confidence today that I can handle anything in this subject area. But if tomorrow AI takes over this job, I'm like, okay, I got to learn something new and I have to get good at something else again. So that's my take on this subject.